interactive sessions, and we keep it interactive. We keep it two-way communication, so all of us talk. And just today, the occasion is Women's Day, and we are going to talk about that. And let's see how this conversation goes. And we are going to see different aspects of womanhood that we go through, different things women encounter in their lives, and different issues that we face, how our life usually looks like, whether we are working, not working, whether we are um, at home, we are taking care of the house, we are at our workplace, in different areas. We all are so unique and different, and we all have our different unique qualities. So we are going to talk about that in today's call. And there's a very small exercise that we all are going to do, and that's that about the call. So wishing you all a very happy Women's Day once again. So, beginning the conversation, let me just share with you a recent example. I was just talking to my mom in the morning, and I just asked her a question. Mom, what do you think? What are the things that women go through? So she narrated us her story to me, that I was born and I was given so many responsibilities as an elder child in the house, and I had to take care of my, younger people, younger brothers and sisters, and then I was raised, and then I got married, and then I had to take care of two families, and then my husband, and then you came, and then you also, and then everybody would have so many expectations from you, and you have to meet all of those expectations, and you get so overwhelmed and tired at times, right? There are many times when you feel so drained, and you do so much, you give so much, and you feel so unappreciated, unsupported, unrecognized. And then I asked her then that, Mom, why do you think this problem exists? So she was like, because this is the nature of the society, right? This is the framework of the society. And she started sharing it based on her generation and how she has seen it. But now, if we see, a lot of things have changed, and a lot of us are more informed, more evolved, more empowered, I should say. And a lot of us are trying different things, and we are slowly coming closer. So I wouldn't say that women today, as us, have become completely okay with their skin, in their skin. But the thing is, the beauty is that we have started the journey of coming closer to being empowered, being okay with who we are, right? Expressing ourselves. One beautiful thing about being a woman and how we were created normally and naturally by design is that we were very much connected to our emotions, and our heart, and love, and expression, and a lot of creativity, sharing. So we are sharers, right? And we are kind of, we know how to share, how to give, and how to see the beauty in literally everything, right? And we are taught a lot of things as we are growing up, that a lot of stereotypes happen in the society even today, that men are this, women are this, people should be like this, should be like that. And in general, we have tons of conversations when it comes to patriarchy, when it comes to equality, when it comes to equity, when it comes to women's role in work and businesses, when it comes to women's role in house, and how these all of these um, things play out in your life, right? Now, the thing is that we were taught, as women, as a child, regardless of where we were born and which kind of family. So I wouldn't say that this happened with every woman, but it has happened with every woman at different levels and in different intensities. And that was one thing that we were taught as a child, that if you are a woman, and if you are supposed to be appreciated, then you're supposed to do a lot of things for other people, right? And doing things for other people was kind of already our normal nature, but we were stereotyped, and not just women, men were also stereotyped. And if we saw the, if we just simply see the role of the role that men play in the society and women play in the society in patriarchy, then it's not men that we can completely blame off, because there was a sudden rise of masculine energy over a period of time, maybe hundreds, a few hundred years, that we see that not just men, but all of us have developed kind of a way of chasing a lot of things, doing a lot of things, and seeking, you know, more things and doing more things and achieving more things, so that we can prove ourselves, so that we can prove that we are something. But if you see the essence of how naturally we were created in a way where we were completely fine with who we are, right? We as children, we used to just simply enjoy ourselves. As a 5 year old, you didn't think that I have to be the CEO of the company, otherwise I'm not going to get a good husband or a good wife. So we were taught a lot of things. And in learning all of these things of getting appreciation and support and validation and approval from other people, we forgot one very important thing. Hmm? And that one very important thing was appreciating our own selves. So we were wired so much to get appreciation from outside that we totally forgot how to appreciate ourselves. And this is not only for women, this is also for men, right? We all forgot how to appreciate ourselves. And this is and now, as men and women, we are so busy in achieving and doing and chasing and everything that that even if we do tons of things, so I'm sure all the women and all the men who are here, you all of us do like tens of good things, and we achieve good things in life, in our regular life, but then we don't even look at those things. We completely overlook the fact of how much we have achieved and what we have done in our life, because our focus is on achieving big things, because we feel then we will be appreciated. Hmm? So today we are going to focus on that particular aspect of appreciating ourselves in today's call. And in the exercise that I was talking about in the beginning, we are actually going to do that exercise, right? So I want each one of you to talk, and when one person is talking, all of us are going to pay our undivided attention to that person, and along with that person appreciating themselves, we will also appreciate them. So this practice that we are going to talk about is a part of self compassion, is a part of self love, is a part of self acceptance, right? Because evolution is not about learning new things and knowing more and accumulating more knowledge. It is about being able to see things from an expanded perspective. So, not only seeing in one direction, but being able to see in all the directions, right? Not only attaching ourselves with one part, that if I do this, then I'm this. But today we are going to see that how multidimensional we are and how multidimensional every being is. So that's going to be the focus of today's call, because we usually don't practice it, don't do it. So we are going to do it together, guys. That's a little bit from my side. Before we get into the exercise, any of you want to say anything? Akarma, anything you want to add? Vanshika, Kumar, Seema, to what I mentioned?
Am I audible?
You are audible. Yes.
Okay. Um, yes, so I just wanted to say few words on the topic of masculine and feminine energy as you touched on it. That today's topic is about celebrating the woman in you. So not celebrating the woman as you. So this is important to note this language because we intentionally said that, which means that we recognize that being a woman is not just is about being a gender. So this is also synonym to the feminine energy we sometimes use, and we all have that masculine and feminine energy. This is why I mentioned in the group also to the men that perhaps you will overlook that this is a women-only topic, and you don't need to attend. Plus, uh, in my conversations in the group with some men before, they have personally sent me messages saying that even if they are not talking much or discussing much or all that, they are sitting quietly, they have appreciated the conversations that go on. Uh, by understanding the challenges women are facing or what they face, they get a more understanding about that, which helps them to even make their relationship with their wives or their mothers or sisters or the females in their life better, because now they understand that perspective. So it's not that every time they have to talk on you and they have to discuss, but they find these kind of conversations very useful from that point of view. This is the reason why I asked the men also in the group to join. So don't think of it like a women only topic. The masculine and feminine energy, as we will talk more about it, um, and Namika will explain you more. But in a very simplistic way, if you want to look at this, is since we all have this and we all need to operate from it, so where do we apply what? And a very good distinction between them is use your masculine energy to chase the tasks, the goals, and all these things. That is where you need to apply your masculine energy. Don't chase people. For people, use feminine energy. Feminine energy is an attractor. Masculine energy is a chaser. So masculine energy is good at chasing things, chase goals, chase tasks. Don't chase people. When we go in that mode where we start chasing people, that's where things become toxic in nature. So, in terms of relationships, to manage people, and to create more harmonious and conscious relationships, it's very important that we operate more from feminine energy. So, this is the reason why, regardless of the gender, man or woman, you all should be attending this. So yeah, this was my message to also for those people who will be listening to the recording later. So that's why I said. So yes, over to you, Amka.
Yeah. Thank you, Akarma, for adding that. Great, great. So now moving forward in the conversation, as Akarma was talking, then I remembered a dialogue from the movie Padman. And that dialogue was kind of overlooked, and I couldn't find that dialogue anywhere on internet, so I don't have a screenshot. Otherwise I could show a small clip to you guys. But the conversation goes on like this. So there's this girl Sonam Kapoor in the movie, and her dad, right? She doesn't have a mother, and Akshay Kumar, who's the Padman guy, and he and her father were having a conversation. So Sonam Kapoor के जो उसमें father होते हैं, he says a very profound dialogue in that कि बाप बनने का मजा माँ बन के ही आता है, right? And when I was watching that movie at home, I paused that scene, and um, I was just wondering over the profundity of that dialogue, right? So he's the father and he's playing all the roles of the father and doing everything. But the thing is that the beauty of anything, being a mother, even if you're playing the role of a mother, so our qualities of being a mother and a father are not only about genders. A father can be very motherly, a mother can be also very fatherly. So those women who are single parents, fathers who are single parents, or people who are handling their children alone. So the mother learns how to, beautifully play the role of the mother and the father. How and why, and how come the father learns that? Because both of these essences are naturally there inside us, right? So it's like if you see a battery, it has a positive charge and a negative charge. Without the positive charge it wouldn't work. Without the negative one, it wouldn't work. So both are required to run a battery. Likewise, for us to run, both of these charges are required. So when we are right now talking about women, so yes, it is about women, also about men. So all of these things are applicable and are practical and are implementable for both of the genders. So it's not just gender specific, right? Now, coming to the exercise. So I want all of you now to take out 2 minutes, or you can just, whosoever wants to talk first, you can start talking. And this is also a very nice feminine way of grounding yourself, coming to the present moment, contemplating, just simply being connected to your heart, to your body, to your um, sensations, to your energy just around you. Do that, and it requires, like, literally no calculation, no mathematics, nothing. Just being there, and just be observant and contemplate a little about how many things you do throughout the day. Hmm? And whosoever is ready, what all things you do, small things, big things, doesn't matter how you label them, anything is fine. Hmm? And you can just unmute yourself and you can share it with all of us, right? So it's time, because it we usually do not appreciate ourselves, right? So this is a practice for all of you to do that practically and with the group, right? Without shying away, without getting uncomfortable, without feeling that, oh, but this seems selfish, this seems guilty. So even if that guilt would chime up a little bit, even if all the uncomfortable feelings come up, whatever comes up, it's okay. We all here have no judgment for any of those things, right? So over to
I just
any of
want
you.
to I just
Yeah,
want to add to this because some of you might be thinking that whatever you're going to share, we have no context about it, and we wouldn't know what you're talking about, and that's fine. We don't need any context. You don't need to explain what you are appreciating. You are appreciating it for you, but you're just appreciating it in the group. That's all this exercise is. So it's not that you have to explain that we get it what you are trying to appreciate and all that. So don't convince us. You just express. That's all.
absolutely. So who would like to start? Any of you? So guys, what are the things that you like about yourself? Hmm?
And maybe Anamika, just to kickstart, you can do it just so they know that what exactly you want them to do.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay, let's begin with myself. So, what all are the things that I do throughout the day is I I talk to you guys, right? And maybe there are a lot of times when I'm not talking to a lot of people. There are times when I'm not doing too many things, right? But I always have the intention to do small things. To whenever I'm just sitting and I get a message, like right now something in my head comes up and I feel like sharing it with people in the community, sharing it with people I know, I just do that, right? I write. I love to write, so I just write. And I get up in the morning, and I have started cooking, right? So I come to office and Akarma's place, and usually he's more of a cook and he's more of a chef. So he loves cooking, but then over a period of time, what I've realized that I love cooking for him and for myself, and making it fun and making it nutritious. And um, I that is my intention, for us to have like a good nutritious meal. So I do that. And I just be with my mom and see whenever she needs help. I have my friends, so I am a kind of person, so I keep getting calls from my friends. And about that, the just the smallest nitty gritties that they're going through, and I talk to them, and I am just trying that in case I can be of any support to them whenever they ask. Of course, not it's not a need for me per se, but it just happens, so I do that. And along with that, I just make sure that the house is kept properly, the office is kept properly, and anything, I make a list of small things. Whenever things are getting over, I make a list of okay, I need this, and I make sure that all of those things are available. And whenever my mom needs anything, whenever she needs to go anywhere, so I do that for her. And along with that, my days are more kind of about myself. So I'm a kind of person who is kind of very much focused on my own self more. So I read a lot, and I write a lot, and um, I meditate whenever I get time. So there's no fixed time, but I do that. And I take care of myself um, in whatever way I can, be it body wise, be it emotions wise, be it mind wise. So whenever I realize that okay, something is getting stuck in my system and something needs to look into, I'm not a person who would delay that thing, right? So I just sit, and I decide to look into that thing without avoiding, or without escaping that thing. So that is something which I do with myself constantly, throughout the day, and in almost every single day, right? So those are a few things that I really, really appreciate myself for. Oh God, I've spoken so much. Now, guys, it's about you. I don't have too many people in my life. I don't have too many responsibilities too. But over to you guys. What do you guys do? What are the things that you would appreciate yourself for? What are the things that you usually overlook, which you do, and you love about yourself? You love doing. So any of you can start, right? Seema, Vanshika.
Self appreciation would be so difficult. I realized it today. I can
हाँ,
try.
बचपन से सिखा देते हैं ना, खुद की बड़ाई मत करो.
Yeah, and every time, even if I have that thought, it passes by or crosses my mind. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm being prideful of myself, and I just push it away. But thank you for sharing whatever you do in the day, and thank you, and seriously appreciate you because getting the answers to your queries is like maybe we just write, but the way you put up the answers to the queries we write in the group, it helps us a lot because sometimes curiosity needs answers, and definitely the right ones, because for anything, if we search it on Google, it just, I think sometimes it's good, sometimes it's actually makes you more confused. So thank you so much for always answering my queries, and I appreciate that about you, Karma, and other mentors, because you guys are really very humble and patient with
Uh,
all of us.
Seema, Seema, I just want to interrupt you here because I know that you appreciate us almost every time. So I know how much you appreciate. But today we want to put the focus on you.
Okay,
So it is
I
more about
do that.
what you think you have achieved so far in life that you feel. proud about. So
So,
appreciation is also about the achievements that you continue to overlook, that you continue. So many a times what happens that we achieve so much, but our focus stays on what we have not achieved so far. We just continue to get bothered by अभी ये भी नहीं हुआ, अभी ये भी नहीं हुआ, अभी ये भी बचा हुआ है, ये भी बचा हुआ है, and we keep creating that stress. So today it is about pausing and looking back and just recognizing your achievements list.
okay. Okay, thank you for interrupting. And two backs, like in the COVID days, I know that because I have learned Reiki and I used to do the Reikis for people, distance healing and everything, but I stopped for some personal reasons. And but in the COVID days, there were a set of women, there were a set of people that I have got, like just like because just before COVID started, just one day before, I had completed my NLP practitioner and life coaching course. So in that, they were like, so every group had some, like they were like, if there are 10 people, then five people were in a team. So in my team also there were people. So there were like a guy in Australia. And there was a woman. So not everybody connects you with you, but there were few people who used to get connected, and I never thought that I can actually take somebody along with me on my journey of like just being with them, just hearing them. And I know I'm very patient, but sometimes I get impulsive also. But at those days I didn't I now when I sit back and I look back, I realize my strength is that I think I am very patient, and I can hear people. And by God's grace, because I meditate every day regularly, be it it's in the morning or any time of the day. And so in those days, um, just being there for people was enough. It is not necessary sometimes that they need money from you or they need any other support, but being there for them was enough. And till date there are people who get connected to me, not from our group, but many other people are there. There are some 8 women who are going through so much in their marriage and they don't tend to raise their voice, but they are able to share their problems with me. So at least I hear them, and at least from my understanding, I'm able to just tell them how to, like, maybe just think about a way out or something. And when I was going through my divorce and all, I realized sometimes we don't need many people, we need one person who can just hear us. So I think I never used to appreciate that, because every time I've played this role in my family, but due to some reasons, I was not seen and heard. So, this beautiful quality that God has blessed me with, so I did not look upon it, but in COVID it came out, and now it's coming out more beautifully. So I thank God for that, because even because of the nasty experiences I go through, still till date, I've not become very nasty at heart. I'm still very kind and generous. Yes, the beautiful part is that I've learned my healthy boundaries and learned to say no. And yeah, that is the thing that I want to appreciate. Other than that, I do many things, but at times I get anxious, maybe because, like Akarma and Anamika was saying, that we don't concentrate on what we have achieved, but maybe we are just looking on what we have not achieved. I think that also comes from sometimes when I just sit back for 5-10 minutes or whatever time I get, I become anxious, because I guess I start comparing unknowingly with others myself. They are doing this much, that, but I don't see that I'm also doing a lot many things. So thank you for giving us this opportunity to appreciate ourselves. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful, Seema. Thank you so much for sharing this with all of us. So, an exercise for you today is now make a whole list of achievement for
Okay.
yourself. Yeah. So, but this was amazing, amazing. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, yeah. That's so we do so much, but
Yeah.
we put so less attention to that. Yeah. Yeah, I guess Vanshika, you want to talk?
Yeah, I'm waiting actually. You said
Go
now that
ahead.
you have to appreciating other people and like heartfully listening to everybody is like something. Sometimes it happens with me. I'm so overexcited to speak and talk. So I was just like waiting. Okay, let Siva finish, then I'll wait. Yeah. So for me, things that I appreciate about myself is first thing is like being positive, not actually that kind of toxic positivity, but uh, coming back, like taking break for 2 days. If some event has happened with me and I'm very upset, so I take 2 days break. I think about it and I don't react like I used to before. So that has given me actually a lot of power to overcome a lot of challenges in my life. And yeah, so you were talking about single parent and feminine and masculine energies. So when I started single parenting, I never knew that I could do so many things together. And I always had this low self esteem, low self confidence about myself कि मैं कुछ भी कर नहीं सकती हूँ लाइफ में. आई एम सो लेजी, आई एम दिस एंड आई एम दैट. एंड मैं बहुत अपने आप को आई हैड दिस वेरी बैड नेगेटिव सेल्फ टॉक दैट आई यूज्ड टू हैव बीन गोइंग इन माय माइंड ऑल द टाइम. So when I started actually single parenting, I realized that I have lot of strengths which I actually didn't know initially. And मैं मतलब ऐसे ही बैठी थी कुछ यूज मतलब आई हैव सो मेनी थिंग्स इनसाइड माई सेल्फ व्हिच आई डिड नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज बिफोर. So when this situation happened of separation and everything, still legally it's going on, but when I came back from my in-laws place and I restarted my journey of healing and everything, talking to people, I started realizing a lot of strengths in myself. The other thing that I appreciate is that I don't judge people so easily. That is what I feel. Because a lot of people keep coming to me and talking to me. So I get people get in touch with me a lot of times to share their stories, to talk with me in general. And I feel happy and satisfied when I'm able to hear a person without any judgment or putting any labels. And ultimately when I'm able to help somebody. So during my childhood days, I myself went through a lot of things that when I felt that nobody is there to hear me out or listen to me what I'm actually feeling. So now when I am able to do that for others, it really gives me a lot of happiness and satisfaction. The other thing I would like to confess is currently I am facing a very big challenge regarding my daughter, because since some days she has been very sick, but still I'm facing this challenge, not alone, but my family in whole. We are having a beautiful support system, my father, my mother, my elder sister. So all of us are facing different challenges. Everybody has different challenges. So we have come together as a unit. I was somewhere listening to आई थिंक इंस्टाग्राम पे मैं सुन रही थी, फ्रीडा पिंटो करके कोई एक्ट्रेस है. सो शी वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ टू हैंडल रिलेशनशिप्स, especially living in a family. So one very beautiful thing she said was that whenever there is any event or any situation happening within the family, the most important and beautiful thing is, like, rather than blaming each other for the situation, let's become a family, a unit together, and start thinking about what can be the solution for this, rather than blaming each other. Because a lot of times I myself have seen that I used to blame others. I will blame other people, I will blame this situation or that situation. But now this thing stuck me a lot and I'm following it actually. And when I'm following it, it is really beautiful to see that people start respecting you, people start understanding you more. So even if there is difference of opinion between two people, they will accept the boundaries that we create. They start accepting those boundaries as well. So a lot of things I have unlearned in this journey. Also, since last 35 days, I have been continuously meditating. I have joined something which is called as reinvent yourself. So we have this regular meditation and we have topics to discuss. So I have been practicing those meditations, and it has really helped me to understand my own self, also recognizing more my patterns, my unhealthy patterns, what all इमोशंस आई फील. पहले तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आता था कि एक पर्टिकुलर इमोशन या इतने सारे इमोशंस है तो मैं रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं कर पाती थी. बट अभी धीरे धीरे मेडिटेशन करके मुझे बहुत सारी चीजें रियलाइज होती है कि मतलब मेरे को लेबल भी समझ में नहीं आता था कि ये एग्जैक्टली exactly मुझे ये नहीं, ये वाला इमोशन फील हो रहा है. सो अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड रियलाइजिंग दैट ओके, नहीं ये इमोशन मुझे अभी ये इमोशंस फील हो रहे हैं. सो इट हैज रियली हेल्प मी टू टॉक इट आउट. पहले मैं एक्सप्रेस भी नहीं करती थी एंड आई यूज टू हैव माइग्रेन्स. बहुत सारे मुझे माइग्रेन अटैक होते थे रेगुलरली. बट when I started expressing myself, it made a hell lot of difference. You know, क्योंकि जब हम इमोशंस को अंदर दबा के रखते हैं ना, वो डिजीज के फॉर्म में निकल के आता है बाहर. एंड इट्स रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू एक्सप्रेस योर सेल्फ. So that's what I wanted to say. I have lot many things, but I think I should give other people also the opportunity to speak.
Wonderful. That's wonderful, Vanshika. The thing that you shared, right? That there was a time when you used to blame others for your situation, and then you had this realization, and you started taking ownership and responsibility, and that is, I guess, the first most like really important step. Yeah, right. Before we do anything else, is to see that what can I do, right? What is my role, and now do I choose to be the victim of my situation, or do I choose to do things differently, do something about it, right? So that's a big thing. Yeah, and the environment that you're creating in your family, things you're doing for your daughter on a regular basis. So we keep talking to you, we are always aware of how much you're doing throughout your family system. So that's amazing, amazing. Yeah, who wants to go next? Seema, you want to say something?
Yeah, just listening to Vanshika, I was just able to, because I hardly appreciate. So something was coming in my mind was this, that yes, the best part about the healing was to able to take the ownership and accountability of the things that are happening in my life. And coming from a dysfunctional family, which is still like that, the beautiful part is that I don't blame anybody. And I have started like that I was doing before also, but now it's coming out of more compassion and love for my parents. So it's like a everyday habit that whenever I go to drop my son, because my parents' residence is in my son's school complex, so I go and meet them. So that first half an hour, I just go and meet them and sit with them, maybe have a chai and just talk it out. And I realized that. You know I know that they are themselves not like to be blamed, because they themselves are like stuck in certain things in our family. So now the compassion has come, and it has given me a freedom to love them as I used to freely love them. But because of so many things that used to happen in the family, I used to stop myself for loving them even, or expressing my love completely to them. Now those fears have gone, and so I love them and I have accepted them as they are. And yes, there is no blame on anybody in my life. Only the situations are there that we have to deal with. And healing is really, really essential for oneself, because it helps you to know yourself better. And that noise that we always are like wasting, that this person has done this triggers me, that triggers me, that goes silent. It's like beautiful place. And like Vanshika was saying, that she doesn't judge, same as with me. But I was judged with by the half of the world, and maybe jealousy also used to be there. But now I don't know what is magical thing about this healing. But whenever I meet the people who have actually judged or said some nasty things to me or have been jealous, um, and I used to question, I too don't have anything. Like, what they have to get jealous of me? They have everything they want. They're still not happy. But now that is gone, and I just hug them out and just smile. And I realize when you change yourself, your energy, even that blame things gets dropped, and you develop a lot of compassion for others also, because I know that maybe they think like that or something is wrong with them also. Maybe it's beautiful. So this is what I wanted to share when I was listening to Vanshika.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Seema, for sharing. And this is a beautiful outcome of when you work on yourself, when you go on a healing journey, you integrate yourself, you process your emotions, let go of the baggages, and try all of these things. Go on a journey of exploration, that why things are the way they are, and compassion is an outcome. So we can always practice compassion, but that compassion is only there until we are practicing it. But when you actually heal the root causes of why the compassion was not there in the first place, then that compassion becomes more sustained, more nurtured, more sustainable. So it's more sustainable in nature because it's an outcome of your healing. So thank you for sharing that, Seema. Yes, Payal, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, hi. So this is a very nice exercise, and it made me think of all the things I appreciate about myself, which I generally don't do much. So yeah, like I left my husband or came back 9 years ago, and when I look back at my 9 year journey, so now both my children are in college and doing pretty well. So obviously that's a long struggle they have, but still I feel proud that single handedly I could do that. They were very young when I came here. And I have, when I see myself, so I have grown as a person, I have evolved, I've become more mature, I'm not judgmental, and I have a never give up attitude. So keep on doing something or the other every day for myself or for my mom or for my family. So my family has recently had a few like mishappenings in the family since last 2 years. So yeah, I have been there. I have been a pillar of strength for everyone. I'm a good listener. Am I talking too much or am I appreciating myself too much?
No, no, no. That's amazing. Whatever you're sharing is amazing. We want to hear more. Go ahead.
So yeah, I like to live life basically, and I like to make a difference in people's life. I want to leave them with a smile, and I try to do that. I'm a good listener. I'm a very good friend. So that's what I have earned in all these years. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Payal. Amazing.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Swati Lekha, you want to go next?
Hi, Anamika. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah, my name still does not appear, right?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. I joined a little late, but I guess that we are sharing about our accomplishments right now over the past few years, are we?
Yes. So anything that you appreciate about yourself. So we were just having a discussion that, we focus too much on things that currently are going wrong, and we don't have, and all of those things that we not appreciate about ourselves, while we overlook completely all the things that we do and do for other people, for ourselves, and what we have accomplished. So we were just,
Yeah.
appreciating ourselves.
No, of course. Yeah. Um, I think appreciating ourselves should come first so that, we have the ability to appreciate others as well. So, yeah. So, I have something to say. I have seen my development. I'll share with you various transitions, Anamika. All right. So, when you saw a teen me, okay, you would, I always thought that relationship, a partner, okay, a man and woman relationship is always about dependency, interdependency. Like a woman has to handle the house and a man has to be the earner, okay. Then in my early 20s, I realized that no, because I grew up in a family like that, right? And then later in my early 20s, I realized that, I opened my thoughts that no, a woman can earn too, but it had a bit of ego also. It was ego related, okay? It wasn't something, it was very proud moment for me to understand that I'll be one of the first working women of our generation, until हमारे family आज तक किसी ने earn नहीं किया. I'll be the first one. So it came with ego. Then after 5 years, as I started earning by mid, like after 5-6 years experience, I developed this ability to think that no, both male and men and women should equally, can equally nahi. So it was like I was very strong on it. They must equally share the household responsibilities and all. But it was harsh. It wasn't the right approach. But at that point of time, I felt ki nahi, it is right. As the years passed by, again, I changed to that no, every person is individually capable of doing something. You must not expect anything from anyone. At the same time, you must not be proud of what you can do, and that you can, one should always be able to do yours ourselves. And then, as I got separated, I started my single parenting journey. It will be the 7th year starting this March. And I realized, ठीक है, ये बात थी again 5 years back. अकेले भी कर सकते हैं, but at that time I had this another egoistic behavior that came with me, was that मैं कर सकती हूँ तो बाकी औरतों को भी करना चाहिए. Then whenever someone came to me, a friend or a colleague, saying that how are you managing everything, how are you doing all of this, I used to say, अरे मैं करती हूँ तुम भी कर सकते हो यार, ये भी हो सकता है. And then now I realize that easy Divya, it is okay, not everyone can be like you, not everyone has to be like you, and not that you have to be like everyone. So out of, of all the transitions of that I have felt, I feel the most accomplished and at most even and most content state of mind now, because I don't have that I don't have expectations from anyone. B, I can help myself out of tough situations, and my most loved and cared people around. C is that I don't want everyone to be like me, and D is that I've started understanding others. I have started putting myself in other people's shoes and started understanding others. So that Divya, who was 5 years back, who used to kind of question everyone, or what do you call, or tell everyone कि ऐसे करना चाहिए, without giving a second thought that every person has a life story. So most of the dominant side, I will say, yeah. So I feel that, yeah, I feel the most achieved now because I'm in content with what I am. Yeah, I have no expectations from others. At the same time, I understand other people's journeys, and I am able to accommodate myself in any kind of situation. So you send me to a very nice party happening in town, I'll be at ease. You send me to a dharamshala in Shirdi and ask me to have food in the mess, I'll be at ease. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah. So I feel, and I know another decade, another 2 decades, another 3 decades, I really want to see myself transform for better. I'm open to just the better version of being the better version of myself. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. Amazing. Yeah, you just shared the stages of ego development. And
Really.
that's how it looks like.
My child facing through this, मैं बैठती हूँ, हम बात करते हुए discuss. Yeah. I hope it helps them. But for us, the journey was, हमने खुद अपने रास्ते ढूंढे अनामिका. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Divya.
Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you.
Who would go next? Swati Lekha, you want to talk?
My mic is working now. Yeah, hello all women. I'm so happy to get acquaintance with you all because I'm a single mother myself and I am not legally divorced right now. I've been fighting a very fierce divorce case since 2018 and I was separated with him prior to that as well. I have two kids, 15 and 8, and I don't know, मतलब I was to question कि क्या शादी टूटना इतनी बड़ी बात है, तो मुझे नहीं पता गाइस, बट आप लोगों से मैं जरूर इसके बाद सुनूंगी कि क्या सीरियसली शादी टूटना इतनी बड़ी बात है, क्योंकि मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ा मेंटल सेटबैक था. I was a young woman and I was like, okay, this is India where I can never expect another marriage with two kids, one girl, one boy. So loneliness crept in definitely, and मुझे लगता है कि शादी हम करते इसलिए कि that in mid age you have companionship. But then coming up to accomplishments, I'd like to say that I am that spoiled kind of a woman where I had everything under my chutki baja and everything is there. I never knew how to cook. I never knew how to manage my house. And it was like was born with a silver spoon. Then I was the youngest, and suddenly when I thought of separating with him, it was all like, oh God, now I am the only one. My parents are old now, and I have to learn to manage everything from property tax to driving license to taking a trip outside to admitting my girl into college, birds and bees ki talk, and my father is unwell. Well, sab kuch khud karna, from a person who has no idea what is going on in the world to a house to coming up to now 20 years later. I am proud that I was able to accomplish. And this is not me saying, this is all my extended family, which has been a huge support in this journey. And I would definitely be looking forward to support, because my divorce case is not going to be easy. He is not leaving me and he is not paying me. And I'm in not in the district court, I am in the high court. But still, this is the justice system where a woman is subjected to discrimination at times. Where I am not running here and there to get approaches through judges, backdoor ke through. I'm not trying. I'm going through the right way. And I'm doing this just because I want my kids to be proud of one day that, you know what, my mother did stay strong. And it's not like that मेरी marriage में abuse था, लेकिन हाँ abuse इस तरीके से था, mental, economical, social, physical नहीं था. और मैं उसको ऐसे समझाने अगर बैठूं तो इतना कुछ issues नहीं थे, but मुझे दिख रहा था कि अगर मैंने यहाँ नहीं छोड़ा और आगे और आई स्टक अप टू हिम और मेरी बेटी भी बड़ी हो जाएगी, तो मुझे नहीं लगता मैं निभा पाऊंगी. बिकॉज हम उस तरीके की सारी, आई गेस हम जितनी भी यहाँ पे इस कॉल में है, वी आर ऑल एजुकेटेड एंड वी हैव बीन टॉट टू बी इंडिपेंडेंट एंड नॉट टेक डिस्क्रिमिनेशन जस्ट लाइक दैट. सो आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट एक तो मैं उसके बिना जीना, दिस इज अ मैन्स वर्ल्ड, ये बात मुझे समझ में आ चुकी है. उस मैन्स वर्ल्ड में मुझे अपनी जगह बनानी है, जिसमें मुझे अपने बच्चों की करियर, शादी, सब कुछ मैनेज करना है, फाइनेंसेस से लेके everything. I am proud to say that yes, I am now accomplished woman. I can do everything and anything. And this year, my parents' 50th anniversary, I am going to plan out something, and they're saying, no, Swati, you just save the money for your kids. Don't spend it on us. I said, no. This is one occasion where I'm going to take out my savings and do anything and everything I can. My parents have been a huge support in this journey. And I'm very proud of the fact कि आज अगर मैं कुछ भी accomplish कर पाई तो वो सिर्फ इसलिए है कि मेरी upbringing ऐसी रही जिसमें हमें कभी ये नहीं सिखाया गया कि that if you're a woman you're subjected to discrimination or you're any less than a man. So I'm proud of that. Why? Because my mother is herself a doctorate and she is 70. So you can imagine that 55 years ago when she graduated, 50 years ago. So that was a big deal. She was the only working woman in our whole family. And then there was a line of women who started working. Why? Because my mother started it. So I'm very proud of the fact. And guys, girls, gals, I'm looking forward to women like you bringing up kids like us. और मेरे बच्चे की जो जनरेशन नेक्स्ट आने वाली 10 years है, मैं इंतजार कर रही हूँ उसको देखने का कि वो क्या चेंजेस लेकर आएंगे. क्योंकि अगर हम आज इतना अच्छा चेंज ला रहे हैं जहां हम इस इंडिया को ये बता रहे हैं कि एक औरत होके आई एम नॉट सब्जेक्टेड टू डिस्क्रिमिनेशन. And believe me, when I'm saying this, I live in a very posh locality of Delhi. But when I step outside my big posh bungalow, you know what the thought process is? Oh God, how is Swati going to spend her whole life? Swati, can you go back to him? Swati, तुम्हारी तो पूरी जिंदगी पड़ी है. ओहो पापा जी आप ना इसका घर वापस बसाइए. This is the practical thought of billionaires and millionaires who are residing besides me. तो फिर मुझे नहीं पता जो मिडिल क्लास हो गया या जो लोअर मिडिल क्लास है उसकी क्या थॉट प्रोसेस है. लेकिन आई एम प्राउड ऑफ द फैक्ट कि आप लोग हैं और आप जैसी लेडीज से मैं इंस्पिरेशन ले रही हूँ कि आगे भी जब कोर्ट में जाके उसके ही सामने खड़े होके मुझे भी 10 लाइन बोलने का नौबत आएगी जो कभी ना कभी तो जरूर आएगी. तो मैं कभी भी लड़खड़ाऊं नहीं या मैं बिल्कुल याद रखूं जो अब्यूज रहा क्योंकि दैट फेलो इज ट्राइंग टू मेक मी फॉरगेट ऑल द थिंग्स because now the court case is in my favor finally after so much of patience. Justice is denied but not क्या कहते हैं उसको delayed but not denied. So I'm waiting and he's trying all under the sun to get me back because he does not want to pay anything to us. तो हमें कुछ चाहिए नहीं लेकिन हमें डिवोर्स तो दो. हमें ना डिवोर्स देना है ना मेंटेनेंस. तो मैं आपको बस इतना शेयर कर रही हूँ कि इट्स बीन अ वेरी हैरोइंग जर्नी एंड आई विश इस पूरी दुनिया में जिस रास्ते से मैं चल के आज यहाँ पे बैठ के इतनी प्राउडली इतने आराम से इस कमरे में मैं आवाज उठा के बोल रही हूँ ऐसे सब लेडीज के अंदर और यहाँ तक कि कुछ जेंट्स जो अब्यूज झेलते हैं सबके अंदर ये करेज होनी चाहिए कि अब्यूज इज अ नो नो. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much for sharing it with all of us, Swati Lekha. So हमें उतना ज़्यादा डिटेल तो नहीं पता है, right? That what you have gone through, what all are the things that have happened with you and everything. But listening from your story, it seems that you have gone through your own share of, problems and issues, and yet you have, made sure that you stay brave and courageous. Yeah, so amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so in our future calls, in case we get time, you join us. You're there as a part of our group. Then we'll talk more about you for sure. So if you feel like sharing, of course, if you want to talk about this, you want to look deeper into this thing, we'll definitely talk. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. Cool. Yeah. Anybody else? So who will be the next one? So I know, guys, appreciating your own self, sharing your own accomplishments is a little hard, but it's okay. We all are here to listen, and we are ready to listen to you. So whosoever wants to talk, you can just unmute and talk. Amrita, Ashya, Ashwini, Lata, Neetu, Nimita, Nirmala, Polumi, Priya, Shraddha. Yeah. Any one of you. Prerna. Rita, you want to say something?
I wanted to say, but I can connect after some time. I am outside. I just want to talk loudly, but
Okay.
not the.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Anybody else wants to say anything? So, guys, in case, so now this is for everyone. So, um, see, this, in case you're feeling that it's very uncomfortable to mention things that you appreciate about yourself, all that you have accomplished over the years. So, I can totally understand that why that would happen. And that is the whole purpose of having this call, that we are so uncomfortable even looking into that what all we have done. So leave other people aside, that other people take you for granted. But the thing is that most of the time we ourselves are taking ourselves for granted, right? By not acknowledging and not appreciating things we do, right? So the thing is that if you don't appreciate and acknowledge the things you do, it's never going to get over, right? You will keep doing things, but your focus is always going to be on things you have not done. And it's good to achieve, to have goals, to do more things, achieve more, and have more. But it's also important that you remind yourself, because if you only focus on what are the things that you have not yet done and accomplished, then you're looking only at half of the picture. The picture is not complete, right? So we get into this mode of perfectionism so much at times, that more and more and more. So the little bit of achieving something and then having that spike of appreciation for ourselves, but then so soon you achieve something so big and so soon you forget, right? So I'm trying to show you the importance of remembering, right? So this will give you more resilience, more perseverance, more motivation to accomplish more things. So this is the positive kind of motivation that you can have for yourself. This is the intrinsic kind of motivation. The other side of motivating yourself because you're nothing, you cannot do anything, you have not done anything, is a negative side of motivation. And if you're negatively motivated, you cannot go far in your life. But if you're positively motivated, you can go far in your life, because then you know where you want to reach, but you know where you're coming from and how far you have come in your life. So, yeah. So, Lata, you want to say something?
Hey, Anamika. Yeah, if no one is going, then maybe I can go next.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, thank you, everyone, for sharing, because I think this group is, quite empowering us to share and think about the issues that we are having, talk about it, and empower ourselves. So yeah, I mean, thank you everyone first. Before I start about my things, how I am improving, what all efforts I am putting in. So yeah, in fact, listening to all people who are suffering and how they are, or what all they have gone through, it really gives strength to, because we get to learn that, we are not alone in these kind of journeys. We are not alone in the pain. So when we get to know that there are many more people, it really gives some strength to that we can definitely kill this time and move forward with our journey and definitely shine in future. Yeah. So I have been sharing my challenges with, Anamika, Karma, and yeah. So whenever I am, earlier we were actually, thinking about those issues as our issues. Be it, I think I had discussed about procrastination or other things that, in the calls that we had earlier. But yeah, I have got very different perspective about all those negative things that I was thinking. If my habits or toxicity that I have, and sometimes dealing with the people or the masculine power that we get into sometimes because of the circumstances. But now the perspective towards ourselves is, when we get more deep into all these things, why it is happening. It has really changed the way we look at ourselves, you know and deal with it in a positive way rather than a negative way. So yeah, I think I've been working on the things that I was thinking as that it cannot be worked into, or that is how I am, and it cannot be changed. From the past, be it environmental, which I had made it as my identity, but now I know those were just the patterns, and it has become like that because of my thinking, and it can be changed because there are different reasons attached to it. That is why I fell into that pattern. But now it's time to make efforts to come out of it and be a new person. So yeah, so recognizing those negative aspects and then working on it uh, is what I have been doing. And yeah, thanks to this group for enlightening us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Lata. Yeah. You have been joining the call so sincerely since so long. So it's wonderful. Yeah. We are kind of also seeing, your journey, and it feels good to be a part of it. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you to be here
Thank you.
and you're working on yourself. That's great. Thank you. Cool. So guys, it's 6:10. Anybody else wants to talk? Yes, Amrita. You can go ahead.
Yes, I have. Thank you for the opportunity. I have listened to Atilika. It totally connects with me. But even I am one who is going through the situation. I am with my son. Like came out of that relationship. At present, I am really nervous about how to break this news to him because he doesn't know anything about it. I really feel bad that I am giving him this kind of uh, life without a father and or any other family members. I really feel guilty at times, but uh, I am little. And to convince myself that it is not good to do all this kind of talking to yourself. I that's the same thing I am experiencing a lot. I have tried. I have uh, went into depression for this relationship. It's given me a lot of mental instability throughout the life. I've been in this relationship for 10 years, which has given me a lot of not no mental peace in this relationship. It's, I'm still suffering with it. And that's what I want to say.
Um, Thanks for sharing that, Amitabh. Can you list down anything that you would appreciate about you right now in this situation also where you are? Is there at least one thing that you think that is good that about you that you can appreciate about you?
Yes, I previously I never used to be very confident. I never used to be very. Uh, have never had that courage to talk what I have feel in my mind. But this made me feel I have courage. I have confidence in myself. I think it came out like
No, I mean, what do you appreciate? It's not that you never used to. So I'm asking, what do you appreciate about you now?
I
Can't hear you,
I
Amrita.
appreciate I have relations with my mother, my other relatives, to my trust on. Am I getting correct or is it still you're not?
I'm not sure if Akarma is. Akarma, are you there?
Uh, yes, but I can't hear. There's too much background noise, and I can't hear what she said.
I am outside. I couldn't. I don't know. Maybe it's that's the reason it's not able to connect properly.
Okay, okay. See, as you know that every week we do multiple calls where we talk about the challenges and the issues and all that. So we do that anyway, and you attended those also. Today we want to
Hmm.
make this call more about achievements and less about the challenge.
Hmm.
So that
Okay.
doesn't mean that I am saying you don't have any challenges or they are not important. But once in a while, this is important to still recognize our strengths and our achievements, even if there are so many problems in our life going on.
Hmm.
So that's what I want to do. That can you can you share that with us?
Hmm. Well, I don't exactly not exactly getting what kind of appreciation I can give for anybody because I have gone this far with the help of my mother and
No,
my
no,
own.
it's not about anybody. You. What do you recognize and appreciate about you? Not about anybody else in your life. Nothing to do with your kids, your mother, your husband. Nobody. You. Can you
I never
recognize at
appreciate.
least one, two things? I know you don't, but now can you do it now on the call? So we want to do it now.
I still
Is
don't
there at
appreciate
least
because
one thing?
I'm not getting correct. Anyway, I've disturbed this call. Sorry.
Sorry. That's okay. Why don't you take few minutes and think about it, and we'll come back to you. So just take your time to think about it, and then you can share. Until then,
Oh,
if somebody else wants to talk, then they can talk.
okay.
Cool. Anybody else wants to say something?
Yeah, like Akarma can maybe share something. I think Akarma, you have something to share about your journey, like
The my achievements, you mean?
yeah, and like maybe more from say perspective of maybe you have like somewhere in your journey dealt with judgment as a man also. I don't know, just like curious to understand that.
Uh, okay. I actually didn't understand the question on this.
So I'm trying to say ki maybe like feminine and masculine energy. We know that it's not only about women or men. It can be in anybody's body. So like how do you balance your energies and like something related to your journey, maybe your achievements.
Right. Okay. Um, so um, as I mentioned, one thing in the early call when we started the call that uh, to keep that distinction in mind that what is the role of a masculine energy and what is the role of feminine energy. So when we are clear about it, that uh, if you want to as I said, masculine energy is electric in nature and feminine energy is magnetic in nature. What does it mean? It means that the characteristics of masculine energy is to plan, to strategize, to take action, to execute, to create structures, to be disciplined, and such kind of things that you need to accomplish in your life, then this is where you need to operate from masculine energy. And feminine energy is more about being magnetic in the sense that being in the flow. So being in the flow meaning what? Being in the flow meaning that, let's say for example, so if I take an example of myself many years ago, let's say 15 years ago, um, I was very rigid, mostly operating from masculine energy. That if I'm creating a goal and if I think that this is what needs to be achieved, then I would chase it with lot of hard work and lot of intention. So I would go by this attitude that in order to achieve something in life, all that you need is hard work and take action. That's what my assumption was, um, and that is correct. Full truth. So then the full truth that I realized, life experience, talking to my gurus and my masters, learning from them, I realized one more thing that it's it, in order to achieve something in life, yes, of course, it is important that what kind of intention you have. So intention matters and actions also matters. Without these two things going in the same direction, you cannot achieve something in life. That is true. But there is a third thing also, and that is what we call serendipity or luck or whatever you call it. I realize that that plays a very big role in things as well. And I was not recognizing that. I was not ready to accept that. And that is when you start to push against the thread of nature. That you think that you are bigger than nature. You will change things just by intending and by taking action. So there are some things that fall in place, and that luck or that serendipity is required, is there. So it plays a part. So it is that these three variables are there, and not recognizing that was my mistake. And that is the feminine nature. Feminine nature recognizes the luck part. That when we say going with the flow meaning I do my actions. I take, I make plans. I execute plans. I do that, and then I just leave it there. I don't push for the results to come in a certain way and in a certain time to me. And until the results come in that certain way and in that certain time, I will just continue to keep pounding. So that's the masculine energy. So feminine energy also recognizes the boundaries that I've done my bit. I did whatever I thought that this is my 100%. I've given my 100%, and now many things are not in my control, and that is the feminine part of it. So that is when you wait. That is when you wait, and that is when the chasing of the masculine has to stop, and the attraction or that attraction of the feminine has to start. That you wait, that things will fall in place, things will happen. I've done my bit, and wait meaning I'm not sitting and waiting. I wait in the sense that I'm busy doing other things. Now my whole focus is not just on this, that until this, how can I make this happen and all that. So I'm not engulfed in it. That the result has to come in a certain way of it. So I've done my bit, I've left it, and then I've moved on to doing other things. So that's the balance of masculine and feminine which I realized over time that is required. Feminine energy is something we need to put in when we are dealing with people. But what happens is that we put the masculine energy. We start chasing people. We start chasing the outcome with people. Yeah, I want certain things in a certain way with this person, and that is where things become toxic in nature. So I realized that also that this is the area where I don't need to operate from masculine energy. This is the area where things need to the things can be more productive or more fulfilling from a feminine point of view. But then, in order to understanding this thing is one. This is conceptual, but in order to apply it, this has to be developed. This channel needs to be opened. So the channel just doesn't open by itself. We all have this energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy. So there is nothing to develop these energies. We by nature we have them. Every human being is capable of showing both, regardless of their gender. But it is our upbringing, our conditionings, uh, our life experience that creates layers on these things. So these things get hidden. It's not that I have to develop something. I have to मेरे को उसको मांझना है, मेरे को उसको हटाना है, उन layers को हटाना है. क्रिएट कुछ नहीं करना है, सफाई करनी है. बस वो जो पत्थर पड़े हैं, वो जो ब्लॉक्स हैं, उनको हटाना है. तो वो ब्लॉक्स हट जाएंगे तो पानी तो अपने आप फ्लो हो जाएगा. तो पानी तो है ऑलरेडी, वो ब्लॉक्ड है. और एंड व्हाट आर दोज ब्लॉक्स? So these are the blocks that we have talked so many times, the mind blocks and the energy blocks. So the mind blocks in terms of the emotional traumas, the life experiences, the bad experiences that we go through, that we create belief system and we create certain things that it's not like this, which hampers our self-worth, our self-esteem, our self-confidence, all these things that have got blown in all these life experiences. We need to clean all that. And then the energy blocks, which is the blocks in our Kundalini energy. So in the chakra blockages, they need to also be healed. So they need to be removed as well. So multidimensional work needs to happen in order for these two energies to just come out and start playing without even deciding कि इस situation में मुझे कैसे करना है. अपने आप ही हो जाता है. It's not that someone has to take a like a very conscious decision कि अब मेरे को masculine से काम करना है, मेरे को feminine से काम करना है. ऐसे नहीं होता. वो अपने आप हो जाता है. क्योंकि वो नेचर है हमारा. वो एनर्जी खुद से ही फ्लो होती है. वो उसको खुद को ही मालूम है कि इस सिचुएशन में क्या है. वो हम रोकते हैं क्योंकि हमें ये सिखाया जाता है ना कि men can't behave like this, can't talk like this and all that. वो नेचुरली करने का अपने आप अंदर से मन होता है, बट फॉर अदर रीजंस इट कांट. तो सीखना कुछ नहीं है, बस अपने आप वो सब बैरियर्स तोड़ने हैं, तो वो अपने आप ही हो जाता है होने का जो होना है. So that is what has happened.
Thank you so much for sharing, Akarna.
No problem. Thanks for asking that. Cool. So I think anyway, many people are taking off. So I think we are all also over by half an hour. So should we wrap up, Ananika?
Yes, we can wrap up now. Amrita, coming to you as you were talking before, so anything that you want to talk about, you can always text us in the group. I would say that join us for all the calls, right, that we do on Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays. Join us for all the calls. And if you are struggling a lot and you think that you need to speak to us, you can always book a clarity call with us, right? And all of you who, yeah. Thanks, Amrita. And all of you who shared your stories of how you appreciate yourself, that's amazing. And those of you who could not. So I would say that, guys, take out some time and every single day, also count your blessings. See how good how many good things that you do for yourself, for others throughout the day. What are the things that you have accomplished, achieved? Keep reminding yourself that too. Don't those things are achieved in the past, but that doesn't mean that they are now gone. So don't forget those things, remember those things, and use those things as a positive motivation for you, so that you can attract more in life, do more things and motivate yourself, right? So yes, it's easier for most people to get into the trap of negative motivation, because that's what we are taught as children. Because none of our parents said that, okay, you got 90% before and this time 80%, so it's okay. Everybody says that, oh, this time 80%, oh, you're not studying, you're this, you're that. So negative motivation only something that is used by people in society, and that's how we are wired. There's a long history behind negative motivation. We'll definitely talk about it someday. But this, having the list of what you have accomplished, you have achieved, may not seem like a very big thing right now. But trust me, you just do this exercise for 1 week and you will have more energy to do more things, rather than having a negative motivation for yourself that, oh, I have not done this and that. So just try it out. You don't just have to believe us. Try this technique and it will give you way more energy, right? It will make you more productive. So that's that from our side. And any of you who want to work seriously on your feminine and masculine energies, integrating themselves, balancing themselves, and get a paradigm shift in your journey, then the Shakti Element Retreat is happening in April. So any of you who want to join us for that, you all are welcome to join us. And that's that from our side today. So this retreat is only for women. So today is Women's Day. So I thought I'll share it with all of you. So that's that from our side today. We'll see you guys on Friday. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining today. A lot of love to all of you. And a very happy Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
to
you,
you
everyone.
too. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good evening. Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.